Today, we completed a trade with the Chicago Blackhawks for Marc-Andre Fleury. And just to give the people on the call some background on, two things, I guess, the rationale behind it, as well as the process that we use throughout. I'd begin, I guess, by saying these were conversations that began between Marc-Andre and myself at our exit meetings on June 29th. At that time, I told Mark that I couldn't say for sure what we would do with our goaltending for the upcoming year. I said to him, I wanted to treat him professionally. I wanted to treat him with respect. I wanted to have open lines of communication. I wanted him to be fully aware of any discussions that I might have with teams. I wanted him to be completely comfortable if he heard rumors or saw things out there that made him uncomfortable or made him curious, that he certainly should feel free to call me. We spoke many times from that day up until as recently as this Saturday that I spoke with his representatives for the final time. On July the 12th, I believe we spoke 3 times. I made Flower aware of Chicago's interest. We had an open discussion about that. And, any other team that I spoke to, or any other team that contacted me from the time that I met with Marc-Andre on June 29th until up to and including a new team who contacted me for the first time on Saturday, of which I made them aware. So I think that communication throughout this process was very good. I told Mark at the exit meeting, I want to be able to look him in the eye and tell myself and make him understand or make him feel that he's been treated professionally throughout this time frame. With respect to, and I should conclude, with respect to this morning, the rumors hit Twitter before I spoke to Marc-Andre Fleury. We had not, in fact, even completed the trade call. We hadn't begun the trade call with NHL Central Registry. We would never speak to a player before you got to the trade call in case things don't unfold. So with respect to this morning, it was on Twitter before we had our trade call completed, and yet, as I've just detailed, there was many discussions throughout the time leading up until today. In terms of the why, what's the rationale behind the move? I think, as you on the call here would all know, we've been really fortunate. We had 2 great goaltenders in our organization with Marc-Andre and Robin Lehner. I give both players a lot of credit. We made the decision to go with that tandem last year based on a number of factors. We collectively won the Jennings Trophy. Marc-Andre individually won the Vezina Trophy. We had 40 wins, which was tops in the NHL. We tied for the President's Trophy. We had a successful playoff. We definitely benefited from both of those goaltenders. I think that when you look forward to this year, I think that same scenario might have been a little harder to manage. I mentioned just a minute ago that I give both Marc-Andre and Robin a great deal of credit for how they handled it, but I know also that these are 2 goalies that are both starters, and I don't know that there would have been the same appetite to do it the same way from those players. Neither goaltender, to their credit, expressed any concern or any issue. It's just, I guess, more my own observations with respect to that. And then I guess it ties into my job is to try to make our team better, and to do that, you need cap space to improve. And I know last year being a cap team, if we're going to work on any free agents. Alec Martinez is one that we've been working on. We're hoping to have news with respect to his status tomorrow. We haven't made final decisions on Matthias Janmark or Thomas Nosek. The discussions you have with other teams about players that might be available, the free agents that might be available tomorrow. If you're going to improve your team, there's a cap space component to that that is definitely challenging. So those things all tie into the decision, and I guess that at this point, more importantly than anything I've said so far, I'd like to thank Marc-Andre Fleury for his time in Vegas. It's incredible the moments that we shared with him as part of our organization. He was the most popular player I've ever seen in sports. He was the face of the franchise. When you think back to how it all began, the storybook first season, the passion that he has for the game as both a teammate and a player that's connected to the fan base. I want to recognize his great accomplishments. Thank him for his time here. He's had a tremendous impact on our organization. He's had a tremendous impact on our city. So I know for a lot of people, this is a day that definitely is filled with sadness, and certainly I share all of those same emotions that you do, and yet I do feel I'm responsible to try to do everything I can to put the best team on the ice. That's what I'm doing along with the other people in our hockey operations. We work hard to make good decisions and give you a team that you're going to be proud of. So again, more importantly than how I opened, I want to make sure that Marc-Andre is recognized for all that he's done for this organization.